have more of a flat thoracic spine and you have back pain or pain between the shoulder blades, then this video will help you. Okay, so in this video we want to focus on the flat thoracic spine, meaning when you look at yourself in a mirror from a side view, does your spine look pretty straight, especially the mid and the upper back? We will do a few tests to see if that is really the case. Then we will look at where it comes from and then giving you some exercises to work against that. Because what happens is if your thoracic spine is more flat, then it's likely that you have a pushed forward or actually upwardly rotated thoracic spine, and that causes a lot of compression in your back and causes you also to pull your shoulder blades together and squeezing them together, so that there's a lot of compression created there, which might lead to some trigger points and pain between the shoulder blades as well. So in order to test if you have a flat back, you need a broomstick again. It can be a dowel or anything that you have handy, and I'm going to show you how to check if you actually have a flat thoracic spine. So when you position the stick behind your back, you can also, if it's not long enough, hold it up, but it wants to be in contact with your pelvis and with your mid-back. It doesn't necessarily have to be in contact with your head, but then what you want to do is you want to look at the top highest vertebra of your thoracic spine, which is the thickest one, right before the cervical neck starts. And what you want to test is what is the difference between the stick and that thickest vertebra. Is it less than a finger or even less than 2 fingers that you can place between the stick and your thickest bone there, your thickest vertebra? Then it's very likely that you have more of a flat back. If you are far away from the stick, if you are more hunched, then you can fit 2 or 3 or even 4 fingers in between, then you don't have flat back. So be precise, but don't judge yourself too much if you have that flat back. It's pretty normal. More people do have a hunchback, but if you have a flat back, then what is more important is that you learn how to get out of it, how to get more into a rounded back, into a hunchback position. And if you're able to get into both equally, the extension and the flexion, then you usually don't have any problems. Only problem occurs when you are stuck in this flat back position. So let's do another test to check if you are able to actually bring the shoulder blades out of the equation and bring them forward far enough in order to round your upper back. For that, you lay on your back. You have your knees bent, your feet planted hip-width apart into the floor. You grab the stick and hold it shoulder height, palms facing forward. And what you now want to do is you want to come all the way up and bring the stick towards your knees, and you want to see, are you able to reach the height of your kneecaps with the stick? So you try to come all the way up, place it on the kneecaps, and if you're not able, if you can't come all the way up, and you actually want to hold up there, so you don't want to just flip and then go down again, and make sure you really grab the whole stick. So you don't want to open your hands and kind of bring the stick forward like this, so open the hands just, but you want to keep the fist together and then come all the way up and touch the kneecaps. If you are able to do that, then you don't have that much of a problem with rounding your back. bringing the shoulder blades forward. If you're not able to, then the following exercises will help you. For the first one, you need a little bit of space on the wall and a band, which can also just be a towel or t-shirt or whatever you have. And what you want to do is you want to stand a few inches in front of the wall, bend your knees slightly, and posterior tilt your pelvis and bring your whole spine in contact with the wall. Now you hold the band in front of you a little bit wider than hip width apart, but the elbows are a little bit more together in your hands, and you want to bend the elbows but not too much. Kind of open them in a 90-degree angle and bring the band forward. What happens now is you want to bring the shoulders forward as well, so that your upper part of your back is rounding a little bit, and your shoulder blades actually lose contact with the wall. And then in this position, you pull the band apart, which externally rotates the shoulder blades even more, so you can breathe into the space between the two shoulder blades. And then in this position, really try to expand the back side of your rib cage. Breathe in and out, and try to pull your belly button in and keep it pulled in whenever you breathe in. It's a little bit tricky, but if you do that, you're able to expand your rib cage even more and really try to open up that upper back, round it a little bit, but you don't want to round it too much. You don't want to go all the way around, just so that your shoulder blade lose contact with the wall. And then breathe and keep that rounding in your upper spine. Do that for 5 to 7 repetitions. Also make sure you don't pull your shoulder blades up too much towards your ears, but kind of pull the band apart, which activates the shoulder muscles to keep you in that external rotation. 5 to 7 reps, and then the next one is you grab your put your stick aside actually, and you lay on your back, and you now want to have your elbows bent in front of you. You grab your elbows, the opposite elbows, and now what you want to do is you want to push your elbows forward and lift your upper body off the floor so that your shoulder blades are losing the contact with the floor. Not the rest, just the shoulder blades again. And then really push them up. Have your head aligned with the rest of your spine. And then just stay here and really breathe into the space between your shoulder blades and expand it. Breathe for 5 to 7 repetitions. Feeling that your core muscles need to work a lot here. Again, don't pull the shoulder blades up too far. Push the elbows away. And then let go. And do that for 2 rounds before you do the last exercise, which is where you are in a tall kneeling position. To be on both knees. If you want to put something underneath your knees to kind of spare them a little bit. And now I want you to push the stick away from you, and at the same time round your upper back. So push the stick forward and pull the sternum back, rounding your back. Really try to get as wide as possible with your shoulder blades coming forward. And then you're probably able to see that. Then you breathe again into your upper back. Expand it, power in all directions. Suck your belly button in. And really expand the back side of the rib cage as much as possible. Push the stick away. also kind of pull the stick apart with your thumbs a little bit. Once again, externally rotating, opening the shoulder blades even more. Same here, 5 to 7 repetitions, pulling the belly button in. And if you feel a little bit dizzy with all these breathing exercises, then just take a little rest. It's pretty normal. But the more often you do these exercises, the more you get used to it, and the more you're able to expand the back of the rib cage with this, which is very compressed and can lead to, as I said, back pain and pain between the shoulder blades and all kinds of other problems. So keep doing those exercises, and I hope to see you in the next one.